Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to start a church blog. So basically what we are going to cover today is what exactly is a church blog. I'm going to show you how to pick a niche and why you need to pick a niche if you want your website to be seen. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about niching down. The next step is to get web hosting and how to get a domain name for free for the first year. After that, I am going to show you how to install WordPress. I'm actually going to talk about what WordPress is a little bit, how to install both a free and premium WordPress theme, important changes that you have to make to your website so that it can be seen, how and why to start writing. After that, I'm going to show you different ways to make money if that's something that you're interested in. Also, I'm going to show you and tell you why you need to share your content on social media and about how many blog posts you need to write. Now, there will be some caveats to this. Make sure that you check out the first 3 links in the description, as these 3 links will cover what we're talking about today. So first things first, what is a church blog? Now, this is something that you're going to have to spend some time to figure out and answer for yourself, but in general, a church blog is a blog in which you are going to answer questions about either your church, your community, or about your religion in general. And that's why I say you need to spend some time to figure that out and think about where you want what direction you want your church to go in. Because if you are going to simply provide information about your church, that's going to be different than if you are going to provide information about your community, which will also be different if you are providing information about your religion. So take some time, figure out which way you want to go. Depending on what you pick, which direction you select, will really determine everything else. It'll determine on how you pick a niche and how to niche down, because those are 3 completely different avenues. If you are creating content, for example, about your church only, you are going to just provide updates on upcoming events and past events. You are going to talk about things that are happening in and around the church. However, if you're talking about your community, that's going to be different, and even more so different than if you are creating content about, your religious beliefs or upcoming holidays. Now, you can do all 3, but that's going to take a lot of work. I recommend focusing on 1, maybe 2, if you have the time. You can also hire someone else within the church to write for you, but you want to make sure that you are picking 1 or 2 to get started. Once you decide on your direction, you want to go out and get web hosting. Now, web hosting is required so that your website can be seen on the internet. You are going to work with a web hosting provider, in this case, the first link in the description, to set up web hosting. When you get started with that link, you'll actually get your domain name for free. And just let me show you an example of a website and web hosting. If we go over here to churchanswers.com, they have decided to create a website that answers questions about growing the church and revitalizing. So this is really towards church leaders, which is an interesting concept, but there is a niche in a market, as you can see, growing healthy churches together. So their goal is to help pastors and church organizers grow their church, which is yet another aspect of religion and growing your church and business. So if you look at this is up here is churchanswers.com is the domain name. It's what you would get for free for the first year. But what you can see here is a WordPress theme, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But if we go back over here to get web hosting and domain name, again, you need to work with a web hosting provider so that your website can be seen. In fact, what we're going to do next is I'm going to walk you through the process step by step of getting web hosting, picking a domain name, and getting set up with everything that you need within 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and do that right now. When you click that link, you'll be taken to this website where you'll go ahead and click Get Started. What I recommend is to click the first one on the far left, the basic plan, if you're just getting started with a website. As you can see, there are a number of options, but click that, click Select, and then move on. Here you're going to create a domain name. If you have one in mind, you can type it in here like you see that I do. What I recommend is try and find a domain name that's going to be related to your niche. Now, what I do is I type in a domain name that I know is already taken. When it's taken, you're going to get this error. What you can then do is go back and try different domains. Now, make sure, again, you want to pick one that's related to your niche. Click Next, and then you're going to see a green box that says that it's approved. The next step is simply to go through and enter in your contact information. Make sure that when you scroll down here, make sure that you leave all of the settings on. But again, enter in your contact information. The settings right here where it says domain privacy, leave all of this checked. If you don't leave it checked, you're going to get people reaching out to you, spamming you, emailing you, trying to get you to sign up for web hosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign up and then jump back to you once I sign on and move to the next step. All right, so I've signed up and I'm going to go ahead and set up my website initially. Just create a simple username and password, make sure it meets the requirements there, and then move on. Make sure that you write it down too. Write it down in a safe spot so that you have it and you remember it, because it can be a pain to go ahead and get everything back. You're gonna have to enter in like some vital information, but just make sure that you write it down. It's really easy and really simple. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that this part is not sped up at all. This is actual real time, and you can see that you'll go from absolutely nothing to a complete website in less than probably 10 minutes. And once you click submit, you're going to move on to the next step where you get to log in. Here is where you're actually going to start creating your WordPress website. Now, the great thing is Bluehost really does everything for you, and it's really simple. So again, I'm not speeding this up at all, and I want you to see what it really takes to create a website. Bluehost is going to do a little bit of work in the background for you, and we're just going to actually click on skip this step. This one, first one I clicked on start a blog, but for the next step, just click skip, because we know what we're doing, and I'm actually going to tell you what to do so that we can get up and running. Click get started right here on the left hand side, and then move on. Just click skip here and click skip here. And then just pick the first one on the far left. Make sure that you're picking a free theme, because they'll charge you. They have both free and premium themes, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So right now, it's actually creating your WordPress website. In just a few moments, you're going to click on log in to WordPress on the right hand side there. You'll see it in just a second. And then we can actually start looking at some basic configurations. All right, so we click log in, and now we actually have a WordPress website. What may need to happen is you may need to click refresh a few times to get it to work, but now we have our website, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in and delete a few plugins, because right now it has the coming soon. And so if someone tried to get to your website at this moment, it's going to say coming soon to them, even though we can see it. This is what your WordPress website looks like, but for everyone else outside of your network, it's going to say coming soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to plugins eventually, and we're going to delete some of the plugins that we don't need. Now, I talk a little bit about plugins later on, but plugins add additional features and functionality. We are going to deactivate the Bluehost as well as the other plugins that are already activated, and then we can go through and make the necessary changes, which I'll cover in just a moment. So we're going to deactivate them and then delete them. Now, you want to make sure that you only have the plugins that you're using on your website. The more plugins you have, the slower your website's going to respond and function, and you're going to lose out on ranking. So make sure you have a lean setup, very few plugins, and then move on. As you can see right now, I'm just simply deleting some stuff that you don't need. If you want to, you could keep them, but obviously if you're just getting started, you don't need this other stuff. What's more important is the themes that we're going to talk about in just a moment, as well as getting writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those, deactivate them, and then we're actually going to start moving on to settings, which you see right here. All right, so now that we've installed WordPress, we've installed a free WordPress theme. I'm going to show you in just a second how to install a premium WordPress theme. We've made some changes to our website so that it can be seen by the masses. Now, right now you have a free and basic WordPress theme. The problem with that theme is it has limited features and functionality. This right here, churchanswers.com, is an example of a WordPress theme, a premium WordPress theme that has additional features and functionality. What we're going to do is we're going to find one that is congruent or in line with your audience, and we are going to go ahead and download it and install that to your WordPress website. And to do that, click the second link in the description. When you click that second link, it'll take you to this website. What we're going to do is we're just going to type in church. And the cool thing with some of these themes, I've actually installed a number of them, is they'll have different things like a donation button, so you can collect donations online. It'll allow you to live stream if you can't, if some of your members can't attend church in person. There's just a number of features and benefits to getting a premium WordPress theme for your church or website. There's calendars. What I recommend that you do is once you click that second link in the description, go through it and find a WordPress theme, a premium WordPress theme that is going to work best for you. Don't spend a ton of time on this, but it's important that you go ahead and get one. As you can see, there are a number of them. They range anywhere from $34 to close to $99. So what you're going to do is once you find a theme that you like, you're going to press this button to add it to your cart. You are going to purchase the theme, and then you are going to download a zip file to your computer. Once you get that zip file, you are going to unpack that zip file, and there's going to be a second zip file. What we're going to do next is we are going to install that second zip file right into our WordPress website. And to do that, we are going to go to Appearance. We're going to click on Themes. And when we click on Themes, we are going to click on Add New. And when we click on Add New, we are going to click on Upload Theme. And then we are going to drag and drop that second zip file right here, or you can click on Choose File and go ahead and find it manually. Regardless of the method that you choose, you are going to click on Install Now and then Activate. Once you do that, you are going to have a premium WordPress theme right on your website. The next thing that we need to do is start writing. Now, I get a number of questions. I get three main questions when it comes to starting and writing blog posts. How do I write a blog post? How long should my blog post be? And how many blog posts should I write before I decide if this is worth continuing? The first two I can answer right now. I'm going to answer for you right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump back over to our WordPress back office here. We're going to click on Posts, and we are going to click on Add New. Now you want to make sure that you are creating a new post and not a new page. And what we're going to do is we are going to enter in a keyword. Now the purpose of entering in a keyword or keyword phrase is so that we can be optimized for search. We want to get discovered organically. And to do that, what we could do, for example, is let's say we wanted to, let's go up to this blog here, and we're just going to find one of their keywords. Let's see, no more ghost towns, winning over 3 kinds of your most difficult church members. We could say how to win over your most difficult church members. So we're going to assume that's a keyword. We're going to put how to win over your most difficult church members. Okay, and so let's assume that's our keyword. And what we're going to do is we are going to take 10 or 15 minutes and just brainstorm using the simple who, what, when, where, why, and how brainstorming method. And the reason why I like doing it this way is because, again, our goal is to solve problems that customers or that our target audience has. And when you do who, what, when, where, why, how, it's very basic, but it helps to answer the question. And what I like to do is I like to ask and answer questions with the mindset of our keyword. So who, let's see, where are we at? Who is your most difficult church member? Now, when you are doing this, it is not important that you get spelling correctly. It's more important that you get your ideas down on paper or on a computer so that you can have as many ideas as possible so that you can write as thoroughly as possible. Why are they your most difficult church members? So as you can see, I am writing errors, but that's okay because when I actually go through and write my blog post, I can clean this up and it'll actually look very good. When do they become your most difficult church members? So as you can see here, I've got a lot of misspelled words, but that is done intentionally just to get it on paper so I can move on to the next step. Again, spend 10 or 15 minutes brainstorming, write down all of your ideas, good, bad, and average, because what we're going to do next is we are going to delete the bad ones, we're going to keep the good ones, and we're going to turn the good ones into subheadings. So what we're going to do is just who is your most difficult church member? Let's clean that up. Who are your most difficult church members? I'm going to turn this into an H2. As you can see here, H2. This is an H1. You should only have one H1 per blog post. And what you're going to do is you're just going to start writing. You're going to say, my most difficult church members are the ones that sit in the back, or whatever the answer is. And you're simply going to write to answer the question and solve the problem. Now this leads me into the next question: how long should my blog post be? Your blog post should only be as long as it needs to be. And what we're going to do here to figure out approximately how long it should be is we are going to paste in this question right into Google. And what we're looking for is we're looking for how long other people are writing. Now this is probably about a 1,000-word blog post, probably about 650 at this point. And what we're doing here, so 602, and what we're doing is we are simply going to write longer. We're going to write maybe 600, 700, 800, 1,000 words. And what you can do to make sure that you are hitting that target is review this blog post and review the first 5 or 6 and figure out what your competitors haven't answered. What angle haven't they approached? And when you do the who, what, when, where, why, how method, as I'm showing you here, it's going to help you write longer and get to that 1,000 word length because you are actually answering the question and trying to help. If you think about it like this, who, what, when, where, why, how, it's going to generate a lot of questions and it's actually going to help you write longer. Now, you don't want to write a 10,000 word blog post if the question can be answered with 1,000 or 2,000 words. There's no benefit to going extra long like that. In fact, it'll probably be more diminishing returns because Google will see it as fluff and unnecessary. So make sure that your blog post is only as long as it needs to be, but try and make sure that you're answering the question thoroughly. Try and put your mind, try and take the approach of your customer and the questions that they will ask next with regard to this topic. All right, so if we jump back over to our slide deck here, we've started writing. The next step is to figure out ways to make money. Now, there are a number of ways to make money with your blog or website. As I mentioned earlier, you could collect donations right on your website. You can sell products. If we go back up here, this cart button allows you to sell things. Maybe you can sell seats. Maybe there are certain invitations or luncheons that you're having. You can sell them right for here. You can also sell courses. They're probably selling a number of courses, self-paced video training, and you can make money that way. You can also make money with affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is simply recommending or selling other people's products and services. The way that affiliate marketing works is you will find affiliate programs that are in line or congruent with your target audience. You are going to get your affiliate links from that company and you are going to paste them right on your website. When people click on the product and buy, you get paid a commission. You can become an affiliate for Bibles. You could be an affiliate for like church robes, hymnals. There's all sorts of things as long as it is in line with your target audience. So there's a lot of opportunity out there for affiliate marketing. If you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, I do have a free course. It's the third link in the description. Go ahead and click that and you'll learn affiliate marketing step by step. If we go back over here, you can also create and sell your own digital and physical products. Another way to make money with your blog is to sell your own physical and digital products. Maybe you have t-shirts or you have something that has your name and logo on it. You could go out and sell that and make money that way as well. All right, if we scroll down here, the next thing that I recommend that you do is go ahead and share your content on social media. Share your content with your congregation. Most likely you have a Facebook page or a Facebook group. Go ahead and share it there and invite people, encourage people to read it and comment on the information that you're providing. You will find that if you can get people to read and interact with your blog post, they will form a stronger bond with your church and they'll probably buy whatever it is that you're selling. So you want to make sure that you are sharing your content on social media. You can also share it on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Reddit. You can share it anywhere that there are people congregating and need to hear your message. So the next thing that we want to take a look at is the number of blog posts you should write before you determine if you should continue or give up. In my opinion, you should write 50 blog posts before you determine if your website's a success or failure. Because you are a church, I think that you should just continue writing regardless because your goal is to continue to get your message out there to the world. In reality, I usually tell people 50 blog posts, but just continue writing. Write as much as you can so that you can continue to further the word. All right, so make sure you check out the 3 links in the description. Those 3 links are designed to help you. The first link is so that you can get web hosting and a domain name for free for the first year. The second link is for a premium WordPress theme. And the third link is to learn affiliate marketing for free. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell if this video or any other video on this channel helped you out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.